Rastafari wear the crown. So hear me out. Bundy boy, them way a clown. Them a clown. Never work, forget them own. See it from afar, them nah no vision inna the town. Inna the town. Rastafari stands alone. Be focused. Stand firm. Don't be anxious. Stand firm. Be a warrior. Stand firm. Cause liberation is my only concern. My youth, be courageous. Stand firm. Be a warrior. Stand firm. Break down the barriers. Stand firm. Cause liberation is my only concern. Hey, hey, hey. Getting ready for the liberation, yo. Liberate yourself and educate a one, yo. Victory comes with unification. Not until we see ourselves as city.
All right. Good evening and good night, and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 2014. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Bingy Soup.
That's it right there, man. We are in the house again tonight.
And
Vanessa. And Vanessa and our special guest,
Alexis George.
There they are right there. Wave to the crowd. You guys are streaming out. Yeah, this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. Soup, man, we're just going to kind of roll into this real quick here, but you ready to bless the show?
For sure.
Bless the show, man.
Greetings, Kidamawi Emperor Haile Selassie the First lives. The greatest secret in life is that reality is nothing more than an illusion. The physical world does not exist outside our own belief system and the filter of our own minds. We are, in fact, subparticles of Jah experiencing creation itself. But as subparticles of Jah, we have also swayed over these creations. Everything you experience in life, every event, occurrence, object, and person is nothing more than a figment of your own thoughts, beliefs, and words. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. When you understand this, your entire world shifts and you come to realize the true meaning of life is thus like a lucid dream. We have total control.
Yes, I Soup. That
Wake them up.
Yes, I.
That wakes them up, man. You hearing that poem, Alexis? What do you think about it, man? Make sure your mic
is on.
Make sure your mic is on.
You warned me about that too. You told me about it. I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, Soup has been blessing the show from the very beginning with that poem, and we called it It's Your Perspective poem.
Yes.
That's how it goes, man. But real quick, man, this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We are on the air Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday weekly, 8 p.m. until no TV, no radio, just strictly internet. You got to tap into the internet to see this show.
Where are we?
But most importantly, you got to get on our website, streaming live from the vi.com.
Oh.
That's where it is. That's where you got to go. You can't go to any
where
other.
can they find us? Like if they were driving and they wanted to come and find
They won't find us.
If they have Wi-Fi and they're mobile, they're on their mobile unit.
No, but what we say on this show is that we are streaming live from an undisclosed location in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. That's it right there, man. Our telephone number here is 340-201-9005. You can call us. You can text us. We have two Facebook pages. One for the talk show, It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We also got a Facebook page for the website, streaming live from the vi.com. We're also on Twitter. You can hit us up at VI Perspective. Tweet with us. And as I said earlier, this is an undisclosed location, man. So our guest tonight is Alexis George,
You're giving
and
out the people ways to find us. Track
Oh.
no, this is
Oh no, I'm talking about
We cutting that part
listeners.
out for
Okay.
the YouTube videos.
yeah. We gotta like chop.
Okay, I didn't know all of that. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking you're trying to get listeners, so I'm just
Yeah.
Yo, we are trying to get listeners, but we can't let them know exactly where we are.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear
the
that.
luxury
So-
of this is that we could take this to Vanessa's house and
Right.
be doing it over there.
Okay. And you could take it to my house.
And I can
too.
take it over to your
Yes,
house.
yes,
and do it
yes.
over there
Don't
too.
matter.
Doesn't
Don't
matter. So hey, man, we're at an undisclosed location tonight. But anyway, our guest tonight is Alexis George and Vanessa. She is here. Vanessa has joined our team. She's here this week, just bringing some fun and excitement to the show. What can I say?
As usual.
Thank you, as always. There she is, waving to the crowd. But our guest tonight is Alexis George. She's going to be talking about creating a future. And I guess that, as you were saying earlier, that's like in three or four different like subjects.
Right. Right. Three different main points I want to really touch.
Okay.
Right.
So tell us what creating a future is all about. How can it help us?
Well, first, let me just start off letting everybody know who I am.
Yes,
and why
for sure.
I'm talking about this. You know what I mean? I'm a person who has spent over 20 years in community work. You know what I'm saying? All facets of community, working with youth, young people, trying in every way, you know what I'm saying, to develop community. And, they say you got different types of brothers. You got spiritual brothers, you got the social activist brothers, you got the tug brothers, you got the players brothers, and I'm one of the social activist brother. I've always been that.
Okay.
I've been a part of the tuggery, part of it, and I've seen the other sides. I've seen all sides of it, and so right now, being the fact that we are experiencing something, where we are literally, in a point of hardship, and this whole new entire paradigm shift, a lot of people is bawling. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is in sufferation, and the thing really is, how do we, survive this? You know what I'm saying? And moving towards an alternative reality. And that's what we really want to get people minds on, because we're so consumed playing this dollar game, and we have seen the outcome of the dollar game, right? For some reason, I don't care. I seen all kind of people getting caught up in it with the best intention, but then the result of the dollar game, the R was either be malintention or devastation, or the person who is trying to get behind it end up losing.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So we want to really kind of shift the way we go about things and the way we do things. And so that's what Create the Future is about. We really have to get to a point where we recognize that it's time to stop the madness.
Okay.
It's time to stop the madness. And
how you think that gonna begin, Alex?
well, you got me going philosophical now and digging deep, but
Yes.
the way this here stops first is people have to really start taking a look at themselves
Okay.
as an individual first. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're gonna hear people talk about all kind of thing, and they sell all kind of thing with this dollar game, and it's always, development and development externally, or external development, right? And to usher in a time when we're thinking about a reality that is, a sharing, caring reality, you can't have an external development. You must start with an internal.
Got to come
development.
from within, go out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where exactly we have to start, and that's where I challenge most people to start to move towards.
And for me, as one of our previous guests, I previously loved to say, feel like this is one of his famous sayings, that you got to change your mentality, you got to change the way
Right.
you're thinking,
Yeah, you got to change the way you think.
Right.
because that's where it all starts from.
Right.
Everything in here around us was just a thought.
Right.
So that thought pattern got to change first and foremost,
Definitely.
and then everything is gonna come with it. You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the getting back to the reality of this thing is that when we're talking about really opting out of the money game, and that's I call it that. In retrospect, I mean, up to a point, we still have to be engaging, but with every movement, we have to be very decisive and clear
Yes.
as to what we want. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so the key thing is how do we opt out, and what strategies are we going to do this? And an individual cannot opt out on his own. It takes a community.
Yes.
And so when you start with the internal development, when you want to change the reality, you start with self, then you start with family,
Right.
then you start with community.
Right.
You check? And right now it has to come on the cusp of intentionally building a community. You know what I'm saying? Communities are structures of belonging. You know, when you live in a community, you have an identity.
Right.
You have a culture.
Yes.
You check what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm.
And a lot of people don't recognize this.
Right.
You know, we call ourselves existing within communities, but the reality of that is not. We're not. We're in what they call neighborhoods. I'm your neighbor. You understand what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But when it's community, there is more activity
Activities goes.
taking place amongst one
More
another.
unity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common unity.
Yeah. Oh yeah, come in.
Drop the science, Vanessa. Drop the science.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
It was so funny. I was reasoning with a brother earlier today, and what's so difficult about life beyond what we make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's so hard with waking up in the morning and enjoying life?
Exactly.
Those that can see, enjoy seeing. Those that can hear, enjoy hearing. Those that can touch, enjoy feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I.
What's so difficult with just that? Those that can speak beautifully and positively.
Yes.
Nothing more than that. And yet we make it so difficult. Wow, my son, I hate you. I can't walk with you. I don't want to be seen wrong you. You know, I don't, just all kind of different things.
Vanessa, that takes more energy.
It takes more energy to be
second one,
angry.
than to
Okay, you know
appreciate what
something?
you have.
Anger, right? Real talk. If, for instance, road rage. You know what? I admit I had some serious road rage that I was like, my son, if I had a X, Y, and Z, I would do A, B, and F. Okay? But let me tell you, I learned to humble myself because through just saying, you know what, no, this situation does not call for that type of energy.
Exactly.
I don't want to at 12 o'clock think about how angry I was and whatever I was doing at 8 in the morning and just go through my whole day being negative. I don't want when I turn 50 and 90 and however old I'm going to be to think that, you know, September 14th, 2012, you know what I'm saying, I was angry with Timbuktu and you know whatever the case may be, or I was vexed because a car went and speed in front of me and I spent my whole day being, you know what I'm saying, tragic things does happen, unforeseen things does happen in our life, that those things are what are, you know, that's what's called for, that energy,
Exactly.
that negativity, that hurt,
yes.
that anger, that rage.
Yes.
Them things, I ain't going to spend my life on something that I could control being angry.
Right. You know when the archaeologists exhumed Pharaoh, the Pharaoh from Moses' days, when they exhumed him and they went in and cut open his heart, his chest, his arteries to his heart was literally hardened. So I said that to say is that in that story, God shows us when he literally hardened Pharaoh's heart from accepting him. So to be angry, to be upset, all those things harden our arteries. It kills us. It literally kills us.
If
All of us has a cancer cell, you know. But it's how you thinking and how you live that trigger it, you know.
Exactly.
Listen, the other day, right quick, and then you could go back on. The other day, I was driving in Sunny Eyes, right in front of the food court. Now, I was more on the side. I was heading like I coming out, like heading towards Artist Max.
Right.
And I drive in and stuff, and I been right in front of like the food court. But I stopped because I texting, right? And I'm like, well, I might as well just stop right here, finish this text, and then drive off rather than driving and texting or whatever. Naturally, we don't do it, but I was like, let me just be safe today.
So you just stopped in the middle of
I
the road.
stopped and I was, yeah. So this woman behind
you
me.
the one that was causing the traffic jam in Sunny Isles that day, right? Okay.
No. Actually, it was an early Saturday morning.
I know,
Hardly
I'm
anybody
just
in
teasing you. I'm
in
just
Sunny
teasing you.
Isles.
I'm just
But
teasing
this
you.
woman behind me, I guess she was passing. Oh no, she was going that way. She was going that way. So she coming in front of me. Now, mind you, me in black and she could drive going for her business. But the woman get back to me and she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, really. But I'm like, she's angry, right? And I'm so calm. I'm like so happy. Like I eating a nice piece of chocolate cake on the beach. Like she
Yes,
ain't even
I-
like
yes,
I ain't
I-
even talking to somebody angry with me. Anyway, so she like cussing or whatever. And I was like, miss, I was like, next time you leave your house, make sure you get some. You understand me? Don't come out of here so angry. It is not good. I was like, you have a blessed day. I love you.
Yes.
You understand me? I give you the peace sign and I went back to texting. I had time. I had to get back to my text.
Yes,
it was
sir.
sweet.
Yes, sir.
I stopped in the middle of the road to finish it. Okay? She had to respect that. I was like, you ain't see me trying to be safe?
Right.
You know? She just like she gets so vexed, she start cussing and she just drive off. But like, wait, I said she just needed somebody to vent her off of because
vent
it
her.
had no reason why she had to stop and tell me anything. She could have keep driving.
Well,
But-
sometimes you have to identify them when you see them, and then them kind of energies, they're always
People
there
just
to trip you.
angry.
Yeah, they're always there to trip you.
People, life simple. It's simple. All you gotta do is wake up, live, make sure that whatever you do in your day is great, you happy and you satisfied. Stop trying to please other people unless it's your youth them.
Opt out of the money game.
Yes. Instead of
That is it.
always looking for money, you know what I'm saying? If you get cucumbers, I will give you tomato for your cucumbers.
Right.
I will watch your child for your cucumbers while you go to work.
That's
Right.
how
You know
we
what
used
I'm
to
saying?
live. That's how we literally
That's how it
used to
need to
live.
be.
That's how
I
we
will
literally used
change
to
your
live.
oil for some cucumbers.
Yeah,
Vice
and when I
versa.
say that to you, a lot of people are upset. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are frustrated.
Because you have to understand too,
Yeah.
Alexis, that we in the West, you understand?
right.
We are Africans living a European culture, a European heritage, a European mentality. So once we get out of that stigma, out of that mentality, that's when the whole thought process is going to really start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Change.
the only way that's going to happen, because you're really talking about a people in bondage. And it's not just it's black people, but it's white people, it's Hispanic people.
Everybody,
Every-
the,
yeah.
the whole earth.
is in bondage.
The whole earth.
And the thing about it is that when we talk about liberation, we're talking about liberation of as much people as possible.
And
You know what I mean?
so we're not talking physical, we're talking mentally and spiritually.
Well, the physical manifests.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
well, but
Because,
the mental,
yeah.
mental and the spiritual first, because we are first spiritual beings before we
Exactly.
become physical
Exactly.
beings.
Exactly.
So is that break away from that mentality, that action, that inaction
Right.
that we have been taking for so many centuries,
Right.
have us up to this point of where we are now today.
Right. Well, strategy says, I mean, you can't fight the fire with fire mentality.
And expect it to
Don't
get a
work.
result.
You check.
It ain't gonna work.
So when we're talking about changing the physical outcome, it has to start internally, because it's just through your daily actions you changing the world.
That's just
you,
it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
I-
it's simple as you just deciding, today I'm gonna just wake up with love in my
A
heart.
heart, exactly.
You know
and it feels so more easier. It feels such more burdenless.
Yeah, well, the
True.
the thing I want to really share with people is, think about a reality like this. We talk about economies, and economies are bad, and economies are broken, and there's no money. But when you really peel back the layers, right, and you look at it, right, nature, right, don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? There is exchange, but the exchange is like when the cherry tree produces cherry, it doesn't have an accountant that says You know, I have produced 50,000 cherries.
I
So
need-
when a bird come, you know,
He needs
I am going to charge the bird.
a
Bird, you
fence.
owe me. You know, the fact is, nature is a giving.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Particularly when you look at how nature functions.
And that's a very perfect example. If all
Exactly.
human beings will penetrate
but
that.
that's what we're pushing, because
Yeah.
the mindset is that we're pushing this thing about a caring and sharing economy.
yes.
You check what I'm
yes.
saying, and paying, always seeking to pay forward, not thinking about, you know, I have to get something from you directly in exchange for what I have.
Yeah,
because you need
exactly.
it. You know what I mean? It's just out of my vibe, just the fact that you're giving me energy and good vibration.
Vision. Yes.
That's an exchange in itself.
That's true, you know.
Yeah.
Telling you, my son.
See, because again, it's what we've been taught, what we've been trained. You know, so we come up and we
And you
feel-
know what? How and another thing, the same thing I was reasoning with a brother today too. It starts from our youths. Like, listen, right? I teaching my son. I mean, well, I don't teach him because I don't know. I don't know it that great to say I teaching him, but I just take my son to yoga. I teach my son breathing, meditation, those things I could teach him. I teach my son how to relax.
Yes.
If he vex, be vex. Be aware that you vex, but be humble, in it,
Yes,
and
sir.
breathe through it.
Right.
Check. And I starting that now. My son is only 6. But I starting that now. Because really and truly, right? When he is 30, when he's 16, when he's 24,
No time.
untouchable.
Yes, be a-
And not in the sense of the physical, but like you said, through spiritual
Spiritual.
and just
But he's
amongst
untouchable
man.
physically.
physically too.
well,
still,
well, I
exactly.
mean, really and truly, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to toot my own hand,
No,
so I had to remain humble in my thing, you
Yes,
know.
sir. Yes, sir.
And that is what you're talking about, creating a future. Because if you could start at the root, and that is where it starts.
That's the
It's
that's the
imparting that
groundation.
kind of- yeah.
He so appreciates life. Like he, you know what I'm saying, loving the beach, loving outside, loving animals.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Creation
Just
itself.
so many things.
And
Being in
that's-
tune with nature. Listen, you know what
that's
he
the
told me
life.
last night?
Ah.
We watching the moon. And my son, we were driving. He was like, "Mommy, why all these street lights on when the moon's so bright?" Really and truly. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the 24-hour mentality they got. That's the 24 mentality the man have.
Right.
The chicken shut down 6 o'clock, you know. Check the phone, you know. 6 o'clock, he got eat. You ain't
And
fighting
not only
it.
that, but then that's a waste of energy. That's more, you know, money is
That's what I'm
spent
saying. That's what I'm
wasted.
saying to you. Mankind ain't we ain't supposed to be. It's just it's a whole. That's a whole.
It is twisted.
Exactly.
And then listen, right?
Yeah.
Out of money. Check this here. Why are we suffering? Why are we in need of so much money? When they don't make money, there is a machine to make money. They produce money every day. Why is there people hungry, poor? You know what I'm saying? Why is there poverty when they don't make money every day?
So they
And then-
poverty then.
And you know what I'm saying? And then the people them living in poverty, living, you know what I'm saying, without the necessary means, hurting, and we know this, yeah.
Right.
And we don't just sit down and stand for it.
Oh, but let me say this, because you mentioned something very important.
Sit down, stand for it. That's an
Yeah.
oxymoron. That don't make sense, but you know.
You say something that is very important. The fact you talk about money, the fact that money exists means poverty must exist. You see, poverty is a byproduct of money.
Yeah,
You understand?
control.
Exactly, because money in itself is debt. You check what I'm saying?
It's a dead
It's
paper.
not just debt, it's debt.
Debt.
It endebt
DEBT.
you
Do-
to
okay, I got you. Yes, yes.
an enslavement process.
Yes,
So every
yes.
time we spend dollars in a society, we're basically ensuring more of that economic slavery. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying that to stop spending money tomorrow. I'm saying you have to have a definite plan so you can create an alternate experience,
Very
an
good.
alternate
Yes.
reality for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I was watching something the other day, and I'm gonna let you talk after this. You know, like I said,
Is
right
you
now-
holding the floor?
Yeah,
You holding the
Yeah.
floor?
You hold the floor. You hold the floor.
Like I said,
hold the floor.
I've been now engaging in study. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been really in study, and you know, I haven't been working for like 10 months,
Okay.
and I'm so grateful. I was just sharing that with somebody. I was like,
Your time,
"God,
man,
don't
your
even
time,
know how
man, your time,
grateful
your
I
time.
am, like, just knowing that I could wake up and just relax.
Your time.
And
Your
I have to
time.
rush, right? But I've been studying, and I was watching this little country off in the South Pacific, called Bougainville, right? And I'm looking at things happening all over the world, right? And I'm looking for those little glimpses of like, things,
Sunshine,
hope,
sunshine.
yeah,
Yes.
saying hope, and and they are, what I'm saying, they are. But there was one thing that this brother said, is like these people are quote unquote living in utmost poverty based on world economic standards. Right?
Exactly.
And the funny thing is when they talking, like, the common people don't believe that. They don't believe that they're in poverty. They, as long as they have their land,
needs, but they
right, they don't believe that they're in poverty. And one man was like, they're talking about development. It's like, I don't understand that concept because, we have
Everything
yams,
is
the
here.
yams coming good.
Good.
We got good food
Food
to eat,
eat.
clean water,
we
clean
got water,
air.
clean air.
What
What more
that's
development do you need?
You know
What
I'm
more
saying?
development you need?
So the man them was really saying, that all of this other stuff is not necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Inconsequential,
necessary.
yes,
and
sir.
until we recognize that, technology is supposed to free man and not enslave man.
Maybe.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Until we understand that, we're supposed to strike that unique balance, because right now Mother Earth is in a very precarious situation,
Right.
and she needs us. You check? And until we recognize those things, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we did it. We do it. You check?
Yeah, man. This is it's a Perspective Talk show. We have Alexis George in studio.
Yes, giving it to us real.
Real talk. This is Rasup along with my co-host Vanessa and
David, aka Christian.
yes, I.
That's
Big
it,
up,
right?
big up. Give us a call, text us 340-201-9005. Give us your perspective.
That's it, man.
Definitely.
So you want to get into it? So I guess I'm assuming what we were just talking about was the first. of
Well,
the-
yeah. Well, thanks for keeping us on track.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when you start getting into
Yeah, yeah,
research,
yeah.
Yeah.
kind of spin off.
But it was good.
It is always good. It is always good. So the second portion now is really taking a look at what's really happening. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
On the scale of terms of economies, because of course every time you turn on the TV, what you hear is this bombardment of economic, this place is economically going to shrubs and all of that. But what I'm here to tell people is that there is a definite shift taking place in Western economy, or the capitalist economy, and it's now removing paper from the equation. So we are saying at some point we're recognizing that we need a system without money, but they're enslaving you with this new form of cashless society mindset. But we're saying we could be cashless and be in a free mindset, which is a sharing, caring, and giving economy. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, we recognize now that now we're moving into what they call the knowledge economy and the virtual economy, and being able to interact in that aspect. So the one thing is that we are all first and foremost plugged into this thing right now. And one of the key thing that people need to recognize is that's a pathway for individuals now who want to really empower themselves. And like what you guys are doing here is a clear example of what as much people, you know what I'm saying, around here could be doing.
Yes.
You check what I'm saying?
You see, Alexis, is but because they are scared. And I really sit down and I really think about it. They are really scared because they ain't moving by faith. They're moving by sight.
Sight.
You over?
Or just some people just don't know how to just get up and do.
Well, and that too.
Or ain't
know
motivated. We
You know.
think, we want, we don't do, we don't act. We just, the only thing we know how to act on a lot is talking. That's the one action everybody have.
Does real well at that, right?
Especially this society and in general. You understand me? Especially this society.
Yeah.
Because they know the temperament and the mindsets of the people. That's why it is the way it is, Because trust me, if what was happening here on St. Croix, not instead of St. Thomas, but St. Croix, what happened in any place that's upon earth, they had a major riot taking place.
Exactly.
And it's evident as per what's happening at other places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
they know the temperament, they know the mindset. That 7 flags that the guy was flying under. That is a serious dichotomy.
of
that
all,
has-
right?
But you said 7 flags.
They
Let
need
me
to
just
check
start
down that
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm showing you.
Let me say that.
Holding
You say
on,
7.
holding on.
You say 7 flags. When you look at Virgin Islands flag, what color the flag is? Every other flag, I've studied world flags. Every other flag, right?
Uh-huh.
I've never seen another flag that have white as its background.
Oh.
And what's a
Defeat.
white flag?
Defeat.
I
Surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surrender.
Understand?
Yeah.
In
A white
defeat.
flag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
No,
check?
but think about like when I really like, and it's a brethren show me that, and I was like, yeah. And then I started looking for myself, and I dig through the computer, and I'm like, wait, but there's no other flag for any other place
Nation,
on this
country.
earth
With a white background.
with a white background.
Because-
They
So
have
how
white
I you
in
feel
it.
about a whole revamp? Like we change the flag, we change our anthem.
It
You know what I'm
has to be
saying?
done. It
we
has to
need
be
it.
done.
Forget about tradition and what was history. That ain't ours.
A
That
culture
ain't
within
ours.
a culture,
Sure.
and that's what
That's
I'm
how come we
saying.
so confused. We's the melting pot. We need to be something better than a melting pot and something that with 7 flags
Identify.
hanging over.
Identify.
You know, what I'm saying? Yes, we need that.
that identity.
Don't tell me I'm a melting pot. A melting pot of what?
But a melting pot is really telling you that it's confusion.
Fusion.
You
Yes.
check?
And
Because-
mass
a mass
confusion.
confusion. Because really and truly, I gonna tell you this: they push the sham off on us with that idea.
But this is the whole philosophy and the mindset of the whole thing. Because remember, the UN set the UN set the protocol, for all the United States territories,
Right.
to free themselves.
Right.
We they are over going to be 100 years come 2017.
Right.
And we still flying this red, white, and blue. We still don't want to have our own constitution. Do you understand what's going on? Is that systematically?
And you know what it is too? Laziness. Whoever it is, our leaders don't want to truly
doing
lead
much.
and doing their job.
Vanessa,
Laziness.
I don't
So like
think
we
it's
in the
laziness.
It's really complacency. It is that idea of
Money.
exactly, because as long
Economics.
as that printing press running and America is willing to give you money,
The bribe.
why move? You know what I'm saying? And this is what I try to say. Like when I look at like little countries that up to now, them man saying, them man breaking away from where they at, and them man saying, listen, we gonna figure it out. Look at Eritrea. Eritrea is another country that they ain't messing with nobody. They nobody want to trade with them, but the country internally is moving.
Is moving forward.
What? You check what I'm
So
saying?
do you think that if we were to ever go independent, that would put us at risk for like any type of like terrorists or any type of like any attacks
Well,
or any
it
type
ain't
of
happen
thing?
now. It ain't been happening, and I don't.
No, I'm just saying, well, because
No.
we kind of govern
No.
under the U.S. But I mean,
Right.
to say that we're going to stay away from them, they're gonna be angry.
Well,
And you know, just whatever else.
Well, I will say this, right? And the United
Who are the
States,
terrorists?
Yeah, huh?
Who are? I'm asking Vanessa.
America.
Right. No.
So exactly.
Let we set that pace correct too, because we're talking about a regime that has been controlling the
Worldwide.
United States, right? Because until people recognize that the United States is not what it's set up to be.
No.
You check what I'm saying? Because, and the way out of this is, and I share this with a brother, I say, we have to become, because we're quote unquote known as America,
Yeah.
we now need to become constitutionalists.
But this is
Right.
the whole key to the whole thing that they don't. That's why they put the agitators in place to make it not. You don't see the trying for 10 years up to now, and they can't get.
Right. But what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. Virgin Islands Constitution is gonna get knocked down for right now. I am saying we need to start holding politicians, because politicians function according to the Organica, and half of them don't follow the Organica.
Don't follow it.
Which
have they
is-
read it? Have they ever read it? That's the whole
Exactly.
thing.
But what I am saying is, in order for us to start to make that transition, right? There's 2 documents that we start to have to hold politicians accountable to. It's the United States Constitution and the Organic. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So them two documents, once the people begin to read those documents and study those documents, then they can begin now to challenge. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
The whole political system in place.
Because most of my people get the information for whatever they tells them, you know.
Right.
99% of them get the information for whatever they tell them.
Right.
They ain't going out, they ain't researching
People
nothing, they ain't
don't
going and
seek
looking
knowledge.
nothing, they ain't because they just comfortable where they at.
Right.
They sleep in, and so because you know when you in bed, you just listen to whatever anybody
Tell
tell you. You just take
exactly,
it.
you
You
get
ain't
up, you
studying
walk,
nothing. You just
you
like
go.
okay, whatever. And then when you get up, you just go about your business. You ain't even know nothing.
And the uniqueness about this whole thing is that we are one of the freest, and we are Africans in the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like we have so much thing going on for us that we don't understand. That, but again, we sit back and we wait for the regime to come and do the regime to do for us. No, we gotta get up and put on that bootstrap and make it done for ourselves.
Well, we gotta recognize, you know, that the people who are in place are serving corporate interests.
But this is just the whole philosophy and dichotomy of the whole thing.
Right.
I tell them go to the UN and see what the United States is listed under. It ain't no country. It's a corporation.
Right. And the thing is, and talking about the UN, even that's another document that people need to get familiar with, the Declaration.
The Declaration of Human Rights.
You check. So if you cross-reference with these three documents and you present these things, when you hear something come out, you challenge it as to, listen, first and foremost, is it in line with the Organic Act? Is it in line with the U.S. Constitution? And is it in line with the U.S. United Nations Declaration of Independence? And your God-given right
of you being a human being. You being a
exactly.
human being. You
check what I'm
understand
saying?
me? Yeah.
So these are things that people need to, people really do not understand their rights. Rights have to be really, people have to really start educating themselves on their rights.
Once they're slightly comfortable, they're good.
They forsake that.
You
Trade
get up in the
security
morning,
It's just,
for freedom.
you know, I
Go
have
to
a
the
job.
plantation. They go to the plantation. They drive in
Yeah.
the little nice Toyota, the Beamer, wherever they drive in, and they're happy and they're nice,
Right.
and that's all they concerned about.
Right,
Don't tell them nothing about nothing else, because now you're gonna disrupt their flow.
right.
So we got to change that mentality. And the thing about it is not to just take a spoon and chuck it on the mouth, because that ain't gonna work.
Right.
You got to gradually give, just like a baby we're dealing with. You have to give them milk. You got to, it's the stages we got to deal with them.
Right,
You can't just
right.
chuck it down the throat, because they've been so long been taught this way how to think. Now you think for
Reprogram.
themselves.
Right.
And that's the thing, you know. That's how come I said, listen, right? Train your children them from now. You understand me? And I don't lie to my child. I don't tell him the real thing, the real
yes,
way.
I.
You understand me?
Yes,
And whoever want to feel away, you gonna feel away. But guess what? Me ain't going to allow my son to be taught anything, whether from school or somebody else that's supposed to be close
That's
to him.
right.
Me ain't gonna allow them to program some false thing in his mind for me to have to go now and deprogram
Program him.
years
Yes,
later.
I.
No,
Yes,
sir, he
I.
gonna know from now.
No.
Right.
Everything that you need to know, learn from now, from the stages. So when you grow up, ain't nothing but what I thought it was this, and my teacher said it was that, or this and that, and but no, this is what it is.
Right.
And life is just simple, babe. All you gotta do is wake up every morning, be happy with life. You understand me? We stretch, we give thanks. You understand? We have our little quiet time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We eat our breakfast, we get ready. You know what I'm saying? If it's school we gotta go to, we have to learn. You know what I'm saying? We have to prepare ourselves for our growth and when we get older. Not necessarily to say we have to go work for the man or whatever, but just for life. We need knowledge.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's part
Mommy
of the
has to work right
sustenance.
now because
Right.
of the system and everything that way we going on, even though, you know what I'm saying, hopefully one day I have my land, solar power, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? That's how we live in.
That's right.
Well,
You know
what
what I'm
about
saying?
being in a community of people?
And guess what? If we,
that-
and guess what?
that
You know
is
what?
like
But that is happening. That is happening slowly.
Right.
Slowly, but
Same
it is
minds,
happening.
Think like I have to go out and
You're gonna have
We
to
have
close
communities
off. You're
here
gonna have to close
That these
off.
men
yes.
living in the bushes or up in the hills or
Hills,
wherever,
yes.
and these men have their community,
Right.
their
Yeah.
unity.
Yeah, they
Yes.
come on unity.
Yeah, they
amongst
come
one
on. Yes, they
Unity.
have it.
Yes.
And really, when we really think about that, that's what we really want to encourage, because when you really listen, despite all the stuff you're hearing in the world, all the wickedness that you're hearing in the world, is that each individual have a right to choose what reality they want to experience.
Of course.
Believe it.
You understand what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So you could go down that road and follow that, or you can decide, listen, that's not where I am going.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I am going to enjoy life and live in paradise while I'm alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
even though with all of the crap that's going on, you can still, right in the same time span, you know what I'm saying, same environment, experience paradise.
You want to know something I do not get? I'm sorry. I know everybody different, but just how we train, program, raise, whatever, I don't get how anybody could live here and don't appreciate the beach, don't appreciate the nature, don't appreciate the hills, the rainforest, Goat Hill, don't appreciate just sitting down outside in your yard. I don't get it. I don't. Why are you even in existence? Where do you want to be? If you live in the snow, then appreciate just sitting on your
snow.
frozen ice and whatever the case may be. Just appreciate your nature,
Nature,
your
Yes.
environment.
Yeah.
And people living here, whether they raise here or not, don't appreciate paradise.
Yes.
The simplicity of life in paradise.
Yeah, because when you get up
Without
and you
snow
look
and all
and you
of that
see,
extra crap.
that's all you see is nature.
Nature, life, and love. Everybody right now in St. Croix and St. Thomas in the territory, you understand me? Live like at most 10 minutes from the beach. At most. Everybody.
That's right.
How often
And nobody don't appreciate that. Everybody at most live 30 minutes from the rainforest or from some hill, from somewhere. And we don't appreciate that.
and the lack of appreciation, look what happened, because look at even in St. Thomas, right?
Do we have a caller?
You have a caller.
What? Go on.
So we bringing the call in. Well, what I was just saying is look at St. Thomas, right?
Hello, welcome to the talk show. Hello.
Oh, I'm a.
They might be getting the wrong number.
Hello.
I think she called the wrong number. Go ahead, Alexis.
we thought we had a call there.
Yeah, well, when you were touching on the fact that we don't appreciate what we do have, right? And you have other people now coming in here. And look at for instance the Linquist Beach in St. Thomas situation, where that was a beach, you know, and then we allow somebody to come and just buy it up. And now when we realized like it was gone, that's when we was like,
How could we?
yeah. But what they had to do now, they had to fight. The property still belongs to somebody private, but I think, you know, now access has been granted.
Yeah.
to
Don't you have to
the
pay to
people.
go there now, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Crazy.
I think so.
And listen, right? I pray that we don't ever have to see the day where we have to pay to go to the beach or whatever. Like I was just telling somebody the other day that we actually have a law that protects the people from, you know, having public access to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, I don't care if that's your house. If I like swimming there, I go in there to swim.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the best spot. I go in there. You gonna share it.
Right.
Before you, Allah, we could have been there.
That's
And you
right.
know what they do down by South Shore? It had a spot right there by not by Great Pan. More closer, like if you come in,
Elizabeth.
let's say like you come in from
DV.
Kramer's Park and you go into DV, right in between
By
that
Grassy
spot there.
Point.
But yes,
Right.
they allow the people them there to grow the bush to the point where it gets so high, and then they fence it off with like the barbed wire fence. Listen, I grew up going fishing there.
There. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now nobody can
Can't
go there
go there.
unless you know somebody that live there that you could go through the house.
House, yes.
You have to go there, and that's bad. That's wrong.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Oh.
a great fishing spot.
But that's the thing. What happened when we don't have an appreciation, and collectively as a unit we don't work together.
To get, yeah.
right?
Oh God, I
Then,
can't
again,
committee.
again, it goes
But
back
yeah.
to you, Alex, again with the famous dollar bill. Dollar bill.
Yeah, but listen,
You know?
let me show people something, right? Because
Show them
we,
and
we
like
want we want to really ask what really constitutes value, because in the economic system you have basically 5 different type of capital, and the thing about it is that you have human capital, you have natural capital, you have social capital, you know what I'm saying, you have material capital, you have financial capital, you
Material.
got different types of
Yes,
capital.
yes.
Now the one thing I want to tell people is that when we recognize, we keep using the dollar bill, as the ultimate store of value. But when you really think about it, is who give value unto things? Man. So who is
Distraction.
the most valuable? Man. You understand? The thing I need to show people is that when black people, when first and foremost, when these men came over into the West, into the West Indies and all of these places, and they conquered the land now from those people who were there.
Yes.
They were given reins to free land, and all of them went and take it. But guess what? They couldn't do nothing with the land, because you need the land there. And they say land is wealth, but in order to become wealthy,
people.
you have to extract wealth. So what you need what?
You need the people.
Okay, you understand? So the thing is that when you really peel back the layers and you look at even gold, like that they say valuable, it's just a figment of the imagination of imposing your mind to say that that's valuable, because gold is nothing but a piece of rock.
It's a piece of rock.
You understand what I'm saying?
You understand?
And the thing about it is that when we begin to start to shift our minds to think in that way, that you are more valuable than that
anything
gold.
that
Exactly.
that can come
Because
from this earth.
if I need something and you have the skill or the knowledge, I could lean on you and be like, yeah, man, help me figure
direct
this
me
out.
exactly.
And that in itself is
more valuable
is
than
more
anything
valuable
else.
than anything. And the thing I want to say, just with our labor, right? We could, if we were pulling more united, right? We could have owned this. You know what I'm saying? We could have owned more of this. You understand? Even within the dollar system.
Right.
You understand? Because when you look at it, and particularly now I'm going to shift it and talk about black origin, right? When you talk about every single thing that we see, we touch, we are part of this modern society, was built on the labor of black people. Every single place around the world.
Everything.
You understand what I'm saying?
None partial.
Every single thing was built on the blood, sweat, and tears
Non-partial.
of black people.
Yes, I.
You understand? So when we're talking about now being able to begin to move, black people need to think about, okay, how can we now come together? You know what I'm saying? Because them several principles of Kwanzaa mean something.
Yes.
And if we begin to invoke those 7 principles of Kwanzaa, we'll be surprised as to how far
we could go.
go.
Yes.
Yeah, check.
Yeah.
So, the third thing. This, I guess we just finished on the second one, right?
Well, basically, hey, to me, the way how this thing going, right? It's more like
running. Just
like a
Real
conversation.
Yeah, that like, because I came here, I came with a whole different kind of mindset about it, so I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't know what the energy would
Yo,
be
we're
like.
gonna
So
be like,
sometimes you just
of course,
flow
just let it flow
with the energy.
Yeah, just
So
let
I
it
ain't
flow.
really, whenever you're ready to cut, you just
No. Just
sing.
keep flowing, man. We go 8 p.m.
Let's take a
until.
break. We could just take a.
You want to take a
Just
break?
letting everybody know, saying you could call, you could text 340-201-9005. Hit us up on Facebook at streaminglive.com.
Streaming live from the VI.com.
I need your help, guys.
You got to get that right.
Yes. I know.
Streaming live
from the VI.com.
That's the website you got to go to see this show.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. We are back. This is the It's Your Perspective talk show. It's about 9:15 on Wednesday, September 10th, 2014. Our guest tonight, Alexis George, is here. I think he's probably going to stay the entire time. We're just here. What the heck, Vanessa's here too. Vanessa.
Hello.
Ooh, there she is, man.
Yes,
Thanks for coming out tonight. Vanessa has joined our team. She's one of the members of the It's Your Perspective talk show.
Big up Julie.
That's right,
Yeah.
Julie as well. I do terrible with names, but forgive me. Julie, bless up. I love you forever and ever.
Julie,
Amen. But moving on here, I guess there were some things that you wanted to continue on and talk about.
Yeah, man, definitely. And it was
Big up
just
our
so.
guest. Did you say that? Sorry not to cut you off, but just big up our guest, Alexis George, for those who are tuning in right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
just Perspective Talk Show. Call us 340-201-9005.
That's it
Yeah,
right there.
and I really want to big you guys up for doing this.
Yes,
Yeah,
You know
thank
what
you.
I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because
Thank
this is what when we really talking about now moving to the next level, entrepreneurship, taking control of your own destiny.
That's it.
Action.
This is
Right.
what we talking about. This is the example.
Yes.
And as we were saying,
This is the movement.
this is it.
That's
This
it,
is it.
man.
This is it. You know,
That's right.
the fact of the matter is that whatever knowledge and skill you as a person have, God, the Creator, the universe, has endowed you with the ability to sustain you.
Yes.
Now, if you weren't endowed with the ability to sustain yourself, the universe, God, whoever you want to say, will endow you with the ability to be sustained.
Yes.
If it's from yourself or somebody else. So the thing is that once you are alive, you are already
And the path.
have a certain level of surety of life, right? For however long your time is.
Yes.
Is what you're going to choose to
Do good.
manifest for yourself. Because the fact of the matter is that when you really peel back the layer and you really look, right, you really don't need security. Because when you talk about security, and that's the thing, you know, that's why people want jobs. They want to feel secure. Well, I know, listen, when a man go to prison, what they call it, he's in a secured situation. They call it when the thing, the more the heinous the crime, they say you go to low level security,
Maximum
mid level to
security.
maximum security. So security in essence is like a prison.
Prison. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You check. So the thing is that
Free your mind.
we got to move towards freedom, and
Free your mind.
freedom don't come
The
free.
rest will follow.
You check what I'm saying? Freedom don't come free.
Don't come free.
It don't come free.
Be
So-
colorblind.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be so shallow.
You know, but when you really think about it, for freedom, you have to begin to think about how it is that I am going to continue my existence on my own. You know, I know
Well,
we live
coexisting.
exactly coexisting and interacting with other, but right now on your own, you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to get to the point that people need to really get into online ventures, particularly people on St. Croix. The vision for St. Croix is to have a place where you have everybody doing something out of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
coming out of is happening out of your house.
Right.
You
Something
understand?
productive.
Something productive.
Yes.
And the thing is that I don't care what it is you could imagine, and once you could set up a website, and once you could, you know what I mean, put a thought together and write something, you have the capacity to reach people, to reach and engage a market. You know what I'm saying?
All
whatever
via the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to try to encourage people that you no longer have to have a business in the traditional sense.
Yes.
You could be working right out of your home. Like
Yes.
I know one brethren right now, and big up my brethren, you know what I'm saying? Just forward. And the man is making handcrafted items. Every week the man get like about 4 or 5 orders, which he's selling in somewhere in the neighborhood between 60 to like almost $100.
I think I have an idea who
You know what I'm saying?
about.
And the
Okay.
man selling it on the internet. And I mean, these are just showing that, listen,
It
you
could be
know,
done. It can be done.
It can be
It
done.
can be done,
Man
you
have
know?
to
We
really,
need to get him on the show too.
Yeah.
He's so
yeah,
well
he's
crafted
deep.
and everything
He's
that he
deep.
does. Yeah.
He's deep. And so we need to really start to kind of get people pulled into that modality. You know what I'm saying? Because once they're there, you know, then you have the next component, and I call it the banking in the soil component, because you have to have backyard gardens, you know.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
Of
Exactly.
course.
And that is because like I was fortunate enough to grow up in an island that was part of your economic reality, whether
Right.
you believe it or not. Like if you had something growing in your backyard, that was poverty, because you ain't had money to buy food. Money was really to really like purchase things that you really
Didn't have.
couldn't produce.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
And you probably didn't need.
And you, well, yeah, of course, you know, you had certain things like, okay, you had to pay house rent or pay rent for the land.
Yes.
Those kind of things. So that's where, when I was growing up in Antigua, that's where, like, yeah, the money that you work for, I can't tell you how often we went to supermarket. We went to market, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And what we couldn't get in the market, we had growing in our yard. What we couldn't grow in our yard, our uncle had a farm.
Yes.
You understand? And
Yes.
we,
Had the
exactly.
some livestock and all of them things.
And we used to trade labor for food.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? With my
That's
uncle,
right.
even though he was taking his stuff to market, we go, we help harvest, we help plant, we do some work,
That's right.
and we would get food. You know?
Right now, it's so sad to see that this island here, St. Croix, used to feed half of the Caribbean. They call it the bread baskets of the Caribbean. And now today,
We hardly feed
we
ourselves.
can't feed ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
can't even hardly feed
Because
ourselves.
everything we have to wait on a ship or we got to wait on a plane for it to come in.
Right.
Yeah.
Give us these dead foods. These
Yeah.
dead foods. These dead
My-
foods.
I was at my mom's yesterday, and she was just complaining about the fruit. You get it from one of the local groceries here, and you know, 2 days
Spoiled.
later it's spoiled.
It's spoiled. Yeah, because
Just
they got
that
to
quick.
pump it up. They got to pump it up with all these preservatives. They've been a nice for so long. Now you
You
take
know?
it
You
out.
even buy it spoiled and say, well, okay, I'm going to just chop off this part.
But
and
you
Yeah.
understand me?
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
food security is number one, you know.
It has to-
And the thing is whoever could feed a people leads a people.
And that's just the
You
bottom line.
understand? So
That's just the bottom
whoever
line.
whoever you eating food from is going to be your master.
Yes,
if you
right.
can't produce food,
Food
for
for
yourself,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Whoever producing food for you, that you have to keep going on. Cause when you trade in paper for this, is you literally look at the gesture.
Yeah.
You're giving. You
Not just
understand?
giving is beg.
Beg,
This
yes,
is
exactly.
Yeah,
I
this
got
is-
you.
this
is
I
beg.
got you.
Yeah.
I
You
got
see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I, yes, I.
And the
That
thing
was good.
You know,
Yeah,
it's for real.
serious, it's for real,
It's
it's
for real.
real. And you know the funny thing about it, Alexis, is that you do it so often that you don't say think about
Right.
what you do.
Give me,
Yeah.
give me, give me, give me, give me, give me.
Exactly.
You know, you don't say
please,
think
please,
about
can I?
how they have us so entrapped,
Yeah.
It's freedom of mind we dealing with.
and that's the bottom line to it.
freedom of
You
mind.
check, yeah.
Freedom of mind. And listen, and we talk about like Brother Sankara earlier,
Uh-huh.
right? And I encourage people to look up this brother Sankara. I think the first name is Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. You check.
I gotta
And-
hear. I'm gonna look it up when
and-
tomorrow when I you
Yeah,
know, yeah.
I encourage
sure.
people to look at that, because some of the ideas, you know, this man was implementing was so radical. You know what I'm
to the
saying?
traditional sense of
right.
thinking, yes.
You know, it was so like wow, and he didn't care. He stand up to any world leader. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's you know when we reach that conviction, when you reach that point in your life that you know what, you know I know what I know,
Right.
and nobody gonna tell me nothing. You just you know what, this is it. You got to. If you're the only truth
right.
amongst a million man, you got to block that young.
Right.
You have to block it, because if you don't, you're doing injustice to yourself
So, yeah.
Right.
and to the
the
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I encourage
So-
people to really take a look at this, because as we talk about, you know, there's sparks already flying, my son. And the thing is that when you look at the sparks that's flying, and you said this earlier, the fire gonna be hot because there's more than one spark. You check.
And the trend has to change, because again, you know, the people of color have been too much long in sufferation and creation, so it has to go back to how it was in beginning, and that's what basically what the earth is going through right now. You know, the earth is cleaning itself.
Right.
It's going through a serious manifestation. It's like a rebirth happening again.
Right.
Cleanse, detox.
Yeah, earth is coming forward to how it was within creation.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so every fig had to go back on his own fig tree, and the reality is that, you know, we are gonna just live this. We ain't gonna be worrying about these lights bill and these phone bill and these satellite bill, and you know, and I think that's what a lot of us is scared of too.
Right.
Is because we so accustomed to all these gadgets around us that we don't see ourselves functioning without
Without him, yeah.
no
Yeah.
more. You understand me? And we have to, because again, the reality is, you know, before there was Facebook and a telephone, I would sit down I will just go and sit down in my backyard and I gonna meditate on Vanessa.
Right.
Okay? I gonna meditate on you know, Vanessa.
Right.
I need to see you, But me call you, cause me ain't got no insurance to call you.
And I
Right.
will just show up.
And you gonna just come.
And it
pop
used
up.
to happen.
It happened. It still happens.
It
It
still
happened to me.
happens.
You know,
It
happen
still
to me all the
happens.
time.
But it
But
don't
not as
happen on a grand.
much.
That's exactly.
But like
Yeah.
all the time when you'd be telling, you see somebody and you be like, "What? I was just
Just
thinking
thinking
about
about
you,
your
you
life.
know." You know, for real.
Yeah,
So like,
the interconnectedness. The thing is, you know,
and it could have been stronger if we didn't have all these distractions
Right,
and all this
right.
crap.
is we talking unlocking spiritual technology.
And that's it. Alright, I
that's-
go back to it again. We are spiritual beings before we become
Right.
physical beings.
Right. Spiritual technology is that
Quantum leap
enhancing.
ain't no joke,
Yeah.
you know. This no thing we just imagine on TV, you know. This thing is a reality. It's how we that travel.
Yes.
But you see how they they designed it is where, oh well, what is and I think we talked about it the other day too, that movies, they train us to believe that what they show on a movie is lies, is false.
Right.
What is really true.
I mean, listen, right? I remember when I was little and me and my father were watching Back to the Future. And my father was like, yeah, them days gonna come soon where you gonna have a phone and you gonna think whatever. And I was like,
What he talking about?
Daddy, that's some movies. Movies ain't real, Daddy.
Oh.
You know, when we watching the movies about the Jumbies, Daddy, that ain't real. But who says so? Them thing real. And then guess what?
happening.
The thing about the zombies, World War Z, that was a good movie.
Right.
That one that hit the nail on the head. Because I mean, all them other zombie movies and things that they just showing like, oh well, a dead person, a zombie
Yeah.
coming out of the grave or whatever. That the occupation,
Right.
you know, ain't truly so.
Oh, right.
But Ebola, chicken gun, the
Yeah,
guru,
Lord,
whatever the
Kukuda.
name be, and that kind of thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All
AIDS.
these names and all these crap and all these man-made and then these people dying. And you know what I'm saying?
Like I tell Kimba, there's a story. This guy written. I can't remember his name right now, but he wrote it in 1905. The day the machine died.
The machine died, yes.
Yeah.
You heard about that,
Yes,
right?
Yes, I'm familiar with
1905. you know,
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
And what this man describing in this story is what we live in, the
No.
reality of what we live in now. Internet, social media, Instagram, Twitter, all of these
And how
things.
they knew it? Because they somehow them man get a link to, you know what I'm saying? They
Spiritual
see it.
technology.
They foresee
Yeah.
what
And not only
Spiritual
that,
technology.
they foresee
not only that,
what
but it was already created. Then, like for instance, now right, the Snowden situation. All of a sudden, people want to act like, oh my God, they're tapping into
Into
our
our
email. They're
emails.
tapping it. No, it was always
Always
happening.
It's always there.
There's
but
always somebody that know the fact.
Fact.
There's always somebody
Exactly.
that knows something.
Exactly.
And some people just naturally, we just so in tune with reality and awareness, and we really awake that we actually are guided from within ourselves.
That's
So
right.
the man who wrote that book just probably had these visions. He
Yes,
probably
yes,
had it from
right.
within. But I don't mean that somebody on the other side didn't know about what was
what they
going
were
on really.
Exactly.
Didn't know about the plot.
Because again, we like to say it's nothing new on creation. It's not new on this earth.
let me show you something. I don't know. There was a movie with Christopher Reeves years ago, and I can't remember the
Matrix.
name. No, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a movie where they was doing an experiment and they were trying to send him back via this process in time, via this process called astral projection, astral portation. Sorry, and they put him in a room, put him on in a suit of the time, and they put him in a room, and the room was set up in the same time period as what he was supposed to
go
astral port himself to. And the movie showed you that the man actually sit down, went into this deep REM meditation, and when he went into that meditation, when he woke up, two men entered the room dressing in that period. You understand what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
And they started to talk. He ended up actually in the time and fell in love with a woman in that time period. And then he had to come back into the
His
present
reality,
moment.
right, yes.
And he was trying to go back. And he actually had meet the woman in the present time period. And when he met her in the present time period, she remembered him. You feel me?
Yes, I.
She remember him, and she was like 90 something years old. You know, and because of her interaction with him, she never married. She was waiting for this
his
man to come
Yes.
back to her.
Yes.
Aww.
You check? So I say that to say that with even what you were talking about, spiritual technology allows for us to be able to astral project ourselves
Yes.
through time and space. You know what I'm saying? So them things is real. A man could
Quantum
could set
leap.
himself into the future
Quantum
if he
leap.
want.
Quantum
About
leap.
7 years ago, I was working, and we had this man. He used to come and do repairs for the business. And you know, after a while, you get like safe with the people you working
Yes.
with or working around. So people gonna start to tell you
Type
things.
things, yes.
And I don't know how we get into the talking of levitating and levitation and stuff like that. But he let me know that he could levitate, and he let me know that like he could have, you know, like meditate and be someplace else.
Yes, I.
And at that point in my life, I was like, this man crazy.
Crazy.
He does smoke crack. Something wrong with it. I mean, like, and you know what? Really and truly, like, it wasn't until like, you know, a couple years after when I started to wake up that I realized like maybe he
Can
can
do
meditate
that, yes.
and be
And
someplace
travel,
else.
Yeah.
yes, I.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, well, I won't even get into that. That's too much of these people. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe that, maybe
That's
you
just
know,
that's
that's
just
real.
deeper spirituality, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yes.
I mean,
All spiritual
everybody's at a level of spirituality in their life, and if you're doing that, you're just deeper.
You're really in
You-
tune,
you're just,
and
you're just
yeah.
deeper, man.
That's right.
And
That's right.
and getting back to spiritual technology is the way to go. You check. It's I say if you're not developing inside out, you know what I mean, then you ain't doing nothing.
You become stagnant.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Everything you're trying to do, you'll just be running around in
Right.
circles.
Repeat.
And
repeat.
I would be one to tell people that, you know, because I have gone through that.
We
everything
all
my-
have.
my life where you just like, wow, I need to chase this paper, man, and you're thinking what you need to be doing instead of just doing
Doing
and
it,
being
being,
your
exactly,
natural self.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And again, I'm gonna come back around now with all of this talk to really push the concept of work from home.
Yeah, I was going to
Understand?
ask you about that
Work
again.
from home. 3 things I you know, people are asking me, whoa, you're gonna go get another job, and I said, listen, what I need to do right now is must fit 3 criteria for me, right? It must be something that I can integrate online, right? It must be something, right, that, you know, I have flexibility to do it from my home, and it must be something that I have the possibility of being my own boss in the situation.
Okay.
So if you don't meet those 3 criteria, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so every man must find his own niche in terms of what he gonna present. Well, the only part right now is exactly what y'all doing, setting up live streaming, making some noise so you could get some recognition,
Some kind of body to wake up.
get people tuning into you. Like even what you guys have here is a platform for other people
Yes.
to debut what they're into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I'm happy to see that you guys. This is a tremendous, you know, investment in your time, your effort, your energy, and your expertise to produce this.
Yeah, it's yeah. You know, we do the show for a couple hours, but trust me, I'm doing many other things
Ongoing.
ongoing to keep
Well,
this
naturally,
going.
because look at the work.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you know, it's not just
it's
sit
a lot
up,
of
put on the
things.
headphones, and that's it.
No.
You know?
I watching it and I'm saying, yeah, this situation here is like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man.
a studio, okay. This is massive. You know what I mean? And to know that now you have massive reach, like really, you know what I'm saying?
Is
Unreachable.
Is limitless.
Yeah.
Limitless.
Yeah. So, you know, I applaud you guys for doing this, and I want to start to encourage other people to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
to move that direction. And one of the things I'm actually looking to plan in the near future too, I'm trying to find the right person, but I wanna, particularly for the sisters, I wanna get sisters into this this type of work called virtual assistant.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which really, if you going online and you don't have a product and you don't know about affiliate marketing, best thing is get a skill that somebody who have the money, who have the resources can hire you, and you know what I'm saying, be in the back scene, because right now traditional work as we know it is disappearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Quickly.
Technology is replacing manual labor.
Yes.
You understand? And
It's like machines back in the day taking over the factory workers.
but it's what's going on.
Yeah.
So the thing is, right now is we at a point now where a lot of the kind of work that we used to has disappeared.
Yes.
But new work
Has been
is
created.
emerging.
It's
Like,
creating.
4 or 5 years ago, have you ever heard of something called an online business manager? Have you ever heard
Nope.
of that? 4 or 5 years ago, have you ever heard of something called a social media marketer?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these are new situations now that have evolved where you can literally now, you know what I'm saying, task yourself, put yourself to work
Yes.
in a situation where you're working for yourself, committing certain amount of time for certain amount of money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's possible.
Yeah.
That is possible. So I want to really, bring somebody in to really train the sisters of virtual assistants.
I wanted to ask you, is anybody here really doing that?
What?
The work
Yeah.
from home?
I used to do it.
Right,
That was,
she did it.
through, what was it called?
Odesk.
Connect Space. Oh yeah, Odesk.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then but through Odesk there were just so many other online sources
Okay.
that you can go to and work. I mean, you have to like really be careful. But I think from the time that they started out till now, they kind of like made it a little bit more safer and easier to make sure that whoever it is contact you for a job, or whoever you contact for a job is like legit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had a lot of spam and just fakers and all kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But like I was interviewed with a lady via Skype once.
Okay.
She wanted me to basically blog about her book because she was an author and stuff.
Okay.
I forgot what the next company was about, but there was
Yeah.
2 interviews that I did have. And then just other sources that I did link up with. I didn't necessarily have to have an interview. Just you kind of like bid.
Right.
So like you could, and you don't have to like necessarily spend money to bid. If you wanted to, you could.
You were
But
bidding on the job to get the work?
Yeah. To get the work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And basically, you would more bid on like your qualifications and your resume,
Oh.
against other people and
Okay.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? And also, you would bid on how much you're charging them.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So like, if this is what your resume look like this, and this is that kind of thing, but you're charging that versus somebody else over here.
Oh,
and the thing
really?
is, you competing with people from the Philippines and all kind of stuff. So
Everywhere.
they asking for way less
Right.
than us in America and in Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they were getting most of the jobs because we over here thinking like, man, no,
Money,
we can't
money,
be getting
money,
paid
money.
this
Yeah.
amount and more. But somebody over there want asking $5, whereas somebody over here asking for like close to 20.
20, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a whole $15
But you
difference.
see, the thing about it, and this is why people about Odesk and stuff like that, when you have that, that's the wrong mentality. Because if somebody say I want $10 for a specific job, right? This is the internet, right? And there's somebody that's willing to always do it cheaper. So if you bid for the amount that they're asking, and let's say you get the job, you could turn around and rebid that job out for somebody else to do and manage the process as a project manager. And let's say he's paying $10 an hour, you pay the person $7, you keep $3. Now,
Okay.
how many people you could do that? You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
okay, yes,
So
right.
sometimes we just look at, nah, man, I can't work for that.
Yeah.
You check what I'm saying?
Not
I
only that, but the
can't-
more you do
yeah.
it, the more you build, and the more people gonna want to
Right.
come to you. So
Right.
if you start off with just saying, okay, you know what, $3,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, $3,
grow.
and then you just grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what it's about.
Okay.
Well,
know what I'm
you're
saying?
building your
You're building,
reputation.
yeah.
Yes.
You're building your reputation on it. Now you talk about if I know anybody from home, I know Sistrin right now. You know what I'm saying? She actually not too long relocated back to St. Croix, and she works every day at home. Every day she works. She's at her house in her front on her deck working.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the reality is
Is she like calling into a system?
yeah, she's going into a system because she's an employee. She walked with her job here.
Okay.
You check what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she deal with another whole other big thing, security, reputation management, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Securing branding and those kind of things. So it's a whole different thing. So I know people, you know what I'm saying, that are doing this.
Yvette still does that.
That doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Yvette started off here and now she's in Dubai.
Yeah.
Big up Yvette if you're listening, because I think you're watching right now.
Yeah. When I was in Florida, when I was living in Florida, I knew a bunch of people that were doing this from home.
Right.
They were just connecting to like American Express Travel, and I'd be right there just in the living room, and they'd be in the bedroom. I could hear them talking. They have to log into the secure system.
Right.
Next thing you know, they did. Thank you for calling American Express Travel. How may I help you? And they're on the system taking the person's name and doing travel, and then so the technology is there for that.
Right.
It's
My
definitely there for that.
do that for she's a nurse, medical assistant or something.
Yeah.
And she works from home.
Yeah.
But she don't feel like going into the office. She'll just tap in, like you said, sign into the system.
Yeah.
God.
I did that when I first moved to Florida a few years back. I had a job like that.
She is in Florida too.
Yeah, where I was just calling in. They gave me the equipment and just logged in, and you were just on the phone at home, and I made money doing it.
And I mean, those are some of the opportunities that are there for people. When you really look at it, how you use that in a situation where you are an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing, that you want to be able to know your skills, know what it is that your expertise is, and then go about marketing that.
Yeah,
Because
as a business, as your own business.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because even to just handle calls, you can create your own call center that you own.
Yes.
And contract yourself out to 1 or 2 clients or 3 clients. And
Yes.
throughout your day, you know what I mean, whatever times you decide, I mean, it's going to take up your time. Whatever time you decide that you want to engage in a calling situation, working, you will represent each company throughout certain intervals throughout the day.
Yeah.
So the possibility is really all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, right now, if everybody in St. Croix will sit back and decide, okay, do a self-evaluation on the skills that they have or what it is that interests them, and decide, that they're going to go forward. In 2 tools, everybody, what does it take to make, if you're thinking about money and we're talking about the money game, what really does it take to make a salary which is equitable to, what they will consider, middle class.
Middle class, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? What would it take to do that? 50 grand? Or what does 50 grand look like? Can you just really and truly charge 10 people $5,000 a year for your service?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that means, if you're charging people $5,000 a year, that means when you really peel it back, that's less than $200 and something a month for service.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You check what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if it's something like virtual assistant. You know what I'm saying? You writing something for somebody and updating their thing maybe 2-3 times, and you're working less hours. You know what I mean? So the thing about this is that we really need to kind of break away from the old way of thinking and really say, listen, are we going to chase a path that really ain't really there?
Reality, not needing to
the reality
change. Yeah.
You check what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you look at St. Croix right now, and you watch the situation in terms, we really don't have an internal economy. And the only way we're going to get an internal economy is either by what you call direct foreign investment, somebody coming in from outside.
Right.
And bringing a big company or several big companies, right? Or people are going to have to find a way to import that money. You check what I'm saying? And that's the reality of the situation. And once you import that money, then you engage in what you call local direct investment and build up your economy that way. But if you feel that you're going to go out there right now and try to immerse yourself in the local economy, you will not survive. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a better gamble, right, to try to engage in the global marketplace right now, right, than to try to say I'm going to go into the local marketplace. Once you bring that money, then you can begin to build up and make investments in the local market.
The local market, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To kind of
Yeah.
get
Yes,
things
sir.
going.
Because the global market is way bigger than your local. You
Exactly.
can reach more people.
Exactly. When you really look at people on this island, what does it really take? You know, that's just like I said, 10 clients out of how many people is on the internet. I mean, when you really look at how many companies are out there,
And they do
you
so
know?
much. I mean, most of what we was touching based on was, writing things for people. But I mean, they have so many options.
Different
You
services
could do like a
provide.
jingle for a commercial or
Exactly,
whatever. Something
exactly.
video. I mean, they ask for all kind of things. They don't need like models, and there's just so much things that you can
yeah.
do.
Yeah, that
You know what I'm
someone's
saying?
willing
And
to
it's
pay you
online or
Right,
whatever.
to do.
And then I
Right.
mean, it can get even down to being explicit. So if you went to the raunchy and you want
Right,
to be
you could do
triple
all
X, you can
kind
do
of
all of that.
things,
They
yeah.
have like from the just so many
Yes.
things.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean,
But-
it is a
It's a path. It's a path,
Path.
and that's the way I think that we need to move to develop.
Yeah, I don't hear too many people talking about that.
Kind of scared.
I don't even really think any of the guys that we interviewed were really talking about that specifically. 'Cause my thing, Alex, is this whole
Right.
thing of technology and bandwidth specifically.
Bandwidth.
That's all.
That's our biggest issue here.
Yes.
I know we're talking tech talk, right? Because we went from spiritual, we went
Yeah, but
from
that's-
Hey, but I
thing.
mean, this
now
is
we're
all
talking
things of
tech talk.
our
So-
life right now.
So,
It's all
the
connected.
thing is, as much as the sham that they're pulling, right, is that we've been supposed to have bandwidth capacity, and it has not manifested yet. You know what
I'm waiting
saying?
on it.
And,
They
and
just-
the problem, and that's what I'm saying. This thing, and I almost swear, I'm sorry.
You can.
And
You can.
this thing is such a sham because they're holding people prisoners with even bandwidth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it restricts what your capabilities.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that is done not necessarily on no foreign entity out there. That is just done on the soul of people right here in this community.
Yeah.
That are
Yeah.
they feel like
Alexis.
they can make some money.
Just real quick, just turn that mic off and grab another one.
Okay, battery.
Yeah, the battery's. I think it's getting a little low. Yeah, just turn on the other one and just pick up
Yeah.
from where you were. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That should be
yeah.
much better.
So that's the thing. The biggest sham is that the fact that we've been promised this new infrastructure backbone.
Yes.
And that fiber ain't light yet. You know what I
I'm
mean?
waiting, man. Waiting for my fiber box in the bedroom, man.
So,
And look. Innovative. It hasn't even reached.
Yeah.
Up this side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I last ran into you, we were at the Dub, and
Yes.
we were there with the setup and we were doing the videos. But the intent was to stream this live.
Right.
And I think I mentioned that I got the choice
Right,
box, and I
right.
still have it. It's still right over there. It's still over there. So I have a need for it too. But we haven't talked since then. I have a new phone here,
Yes.
a 5-line phone that I'm trying to get hooked up to all of this, so we can take more
Wow.
calls.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Just there's a lot of stuff going on that when I'm not on the air that I'm working on to get this thing
Well,
at a level.
I watching you, and I'm just like, look at the amount of equipment that tells me that you're dedicated to
Man,
doing
we doing it, man. We're doing it. There's great potential behind this. As you saw, we were up at the Dub. We can take this stuff to the Dub or somewhere and do live interviews. And if the internet's strong enough, we could stream it.
live.
Oh yeah,
We could
Oh,
stream
yeah.
it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
But they don't know. Once you can listen, and this is why I'm saying when you start working with people and you get the right kind of people. Actually, a few months ago, I was actually thinking about started exploring the idea of becoming a Wi-Fi provider.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I started looking into that technology and what it takes, and then all of a sudden I'm realizing that if I can get a signal, let's just say I pull in 40 megs from a fixed signal, buy it from Innovative,
Yes.
right? I know all the equipment. If I get basically 4 or 5 strategic rooftops on this island, I can move that signal anywhere over the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're an internet service provider.
Yeah.
A wireless internet service provider.
Exactly. And so these are things that I'm saying, like, even though we're not there yet.
Right.
We have the capacity
Capacity, yes.
to get to these things.
Yes.
What does it really take to do that in terms of, just skilled labor, you know what I'm saying, to really, build out that network.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I look at something one time there and I watch a man move a signal from his house, right? 25 miles from his house.
Oh, really? Okay.
He moved a signal. Like, he was able, to move a signal from, actually not from his house, but from somebody else's house 25 miles away that wanted to share their internet with him.
Within, yeah.
You
Yeah.
check what I'm saying? And I was like, really? I didn't know that you could have done that.
He had some special equipment for that, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
until I saw the equipment, like, they sell this thing like anybody could get these things.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
okay.
wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get enough height and you get the right kind of radio and you can move that signal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
and
move
then,
that signal.
and then you can, but the thing too, the whole thing of the internet is that I think early on when this whole thing came about, it was the talk of the wireless being for everybody.
Right.
I don't know if you remember this kind, but I've had conversations with Bert about this all the time, and but that hasn't manifested.
manifested.
It hasn't manifested itself,
Nope.
Well, I gonna share something with you, right? Because this is why I say, you see sparks, right? you have one reality going on, but there's always another reality.
Okay.
You check what I'm saying? Even within the internet, as more and more the big guns are trying to control it, you understand? There is another, right under that, there is another internet that is being built. A lot of people don't even know that. Like,
Oh, really? Okay.
It's called now, and they're utilizing the technology called mesh networks.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And what this is doing now, it is allowing people, the new internet is going to be more direct, person to person. So for me to move a signal, I may move if I want to get to you, I'll move my signal through Vanessa and her device to him, and if he's closer to you, then it'll catch your device.
Oh, okay.
You check what I'm saying? So now this new internet is going to be like a person to person, house to house mesh network that allows you to bypass internet service providers.
Okay. Okay.
You see where I'm coming from? So even within the realm of this thing, there are people who is like, we can't allow these people to take our privacy. So you have people who are literally,
Building something,
building another
Internet,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are at this, I think, now going into the second stage of the evolution of the internet. And I think whatever these guys will be another evolution.
Right.
Yes.
Until when these guys really, because the thing about this thing is, though they could tap signals, all of that stuff, it's still uncontrollable, right? It's still a medium. Yeah, they could find a signal and all of that, but the thing about this is that once you shut somebody down, somebody else gonna come right back up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. In a
understand?
different location. Yeah.
So this thing is like it's a beast that cannot be tamed.
Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine if we had more bandwidth, man.
Right.
Do this show at streaming. We've been doing pretty good tonight. We dropped early on in the first 2 minutes, but we've been solid
Right.
all the way through. So if the signal's going straight out. If you're out there, you should be picking this up and looking at us right now. Looking at Vanessa and Alexis right over there, no problems,
Yeah.
And hopefully on their side,
Right.
they have and getting good bandwidth too.
Well, they're starving. We're in the Caribbean.
Yeah. I know all about it, man. It burns me to no end. Anyway, what else was going on, Alexis? That was the work from home stuff.
Right. Well, we could get back into the other conversations that we had now, because this is the reality. That's the part of how we free ourselves and with this money thing.
Yes.
But we're talking about the next side of this now is taking it to the next level of actually now becoming more self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and over time relinquish your need for money. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually money is actually on its way out. In fact, I just read an article, in Louisiana, and I gotta say this: Louisiana had passed a lot earlier this year, and they just recently found out about it, that they banned the use of cash on anybody trying to purchase second-hand goods or services that is unlicensed. So if you're going to engage in a business and it's a small, like say I got come, you ask me to come cut your yard and you gonna pay me, that is now banned in the state of Louisiana. If you have a little thrift shop and we bring goods to you,
Yeah,
to
but then
sell,
that's them protecting the businesses. Big, right?
yeah, well, it's actually it sounds like it's protecting the business, and it sounds like thing, but what it's doing, they're phasing cash out.
They're phasing out the money. You're going to have money in your pocket and you're going to become contraband. Money is going to literally become contraband to have. You understand? This way they're going with it.
Plus, it also too, it prevents you from just starting out as a one-man business. I mean, that's
Right.
how you would start your business,
Right.
You know, and so you
Right.
can't do that now,
Right. So now that means you have to go directly into the system
Yeah.
to do that. But yeah, but the thing what I'm trying to say is, like, even if you have like let's just say like a place, like you decide to do a yard sale and sell your stuff from your home, that is banned. If you're gonna do a sale like that, you have to either take now a check, a credit card,
yes.
or a money order, and the person who you're buying from must now give you an ID to verify who they are.
Okay.
So everybody, what they're trying to do is create paper trails on everybody. This is just telling you that
They're preparing. They're
we're
preparing.
we're now saying no more cash. You're
Yeah.
moving towards what is called a cashless society.
Yeah.
And we're saying the same thing.
The day
We're
the dollar
saying,
died.
yeah,
The
we're
day the
saying
dollar died.
we're saying the same
The
thing.
day the dollar
We're saying the
died.
same thing, that
We're saying that
we
the-
want a
Peter Tosh.
cashless society, but not one that is attached to debt. You check what I'm saying?
You want to
Definitely.
be an artist?
Huh? No, Peter Tosh. The day the dollar died, Peter Tosh.
No,
Yeah.
but it can't be an artist that sing the day
That's
the dollar died.
Nayora.
Oh, Nayora, okay.
Nayora.
Okay.
Yeah, the dollar
Okay,
guy.
yeah.
Nayo.
I
Big
know
up
that one.
Nayo.
Big up,
Yeah.
big up all the
And also,
artists.
too, I also want to mention too quickly that I'm having not me, but the Unitarian Society and housing having a beach cleanup on October 4th, which is a Saturday, the first Saturday of October.
Okay.
We're gonna clean up from the market in Frederickstead till Marley, till a church that goes back to Marley before you get to Dorsch Beach.
The Bethel Methodist Church.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So we have a beach cleanup on October 4th. So
Yeah,
Big
Soup,
up, big up.
say that one more time, Soup. One more time.
we're having a beach cleanup October 4th. Unitarian Society and housing is getting together to partnership to do a beach cleanup from the market in West, the fish market, until the Methodist Church. We're having a DJ. We're going to give out some little prizes to people who come out. You know what I mean? T-shirts.
From what time?
It's going to be from 9 to 12.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do anybody need to bring anything? Gloves, bags? Would that be
we're
provided?
going to have all those things provided
Water.
for whoever, water, everything we're going to have.
Well,
Okay.
I
So
will
just
be
bring a
there.
body and come out.
I will
All
be
right.
there. I will
Yeah,
be
October
there.
4th, Saturday morning, 9 to 12.
Okay.
That's
That's
good.
a-
Ooh,
Yeah.
and you know what? And before that, on the 19th of September, we're going to be having a special show at Club 54. Well, it's called Legacy
Lounge.
now.
The
Yeah,
Legacy
formerly Club 54. But yeah. So first of all, it's gonna be Pressure performing live with the Zion I Kings band.
Oh, the Zion I Kings band
Yes.
is on the island.
Well, they
now?
will be
Wow.
September 19th.
Wow.
Yep. So the Zion I Kings band will be performing live, backing up Pressure for, so we're going to be able to hear the sound live
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
first time. And not only that, but that's Tippy's Earth Strong
I saw that. I saw
Oh,
that.
Tippy,
So
wait.
Tippy-
Tippy Earth Strong is on the 19th.
on the 19th. So they will
My
be performing.
mother, God bless her, she passed.
Oh.
Birthday was on the 19th.
Okay.
Let's see, come out and
September.
celebrate.
Yeah.
That
man.
is a serious. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be a big event too, man.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna
gonna
be-
be great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
our Facebook event done like building up by the numbers with everybody that say they going, and we
Oh,
just like put it up today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
big up
saw it.
everybody that's showing the support, that gonna come out, they're
Yes.
planning to come out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be a upful
Big
and
up
viteful
TP.
event. Yes, yes.
Yes.
And Pressure. Listen, I'm gonna say this.
And the Zion I Kings
And
band,
the
they're
Zion
so
I King.
good. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Yeah, but I just wanted to touch on Pressure. I know we're jumping off subject, but I gotta give Pressure his props.
Of course.
You know
of
what
course.
I mean?
you know?
for artists. I
Another
know
royal
Pressure.
local artist that's
Yeah.
so just
But I know
doing
him.
great things.
I know him from like coming out of like teenager.
Yes.
You know, like I think when I met them man was like maybe 18, 19 years old.
Yes,
you know,
aye.
coming through Starline family
Right.
and them kind of thing. And to watch what the brother has evolved
Evolving
to,
too, yes.
you know what I mean? And really, undoubtedly, produce one of the best reggae album
Big
of
up High
all
Grade.
time. Big up High Grade, definitely.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That the sound to me is one of the best reggae. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boss pipe. Boss pipe.
Period
Yeah.
of all
Man.
times. Of
And
all
then you know what
times.
though? I mean, sure the artists them doing good or whatever, but you know what? Behind the artist is a team, and
Oh yeah.
it I mean, and you could tell with all the different artists, whether we have it here in the VI or
Yes.
wherever in the world,
Yes.
an artist is only as good as the team
Team
they have, you know.
right. Exactly.
Because really and truly, look how much artists, you know what I'm saying, don't make CD, don't hear, whatever, but Pressure team, serious.
No, the team behind Pressure CD
Serious.
is
You know what I'm saying?
is a good thing.
So,
That CD, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even just saying it's just Pressure. I'm just saying the CD because there's more that went
the
into.
sound is so good.
Yes.
There's more that went into that CD than just Pressure. Pressure made his contribution in terms of vocal
Of course,
And
yes.
lyrics.
and creative writing
Mhm.
aspects, but the other part, the music and all
Engineering,
of
the-
that was,
Yes,
the-
yes.
But what I'm saying is like
Promotion.
when you really analyze that album, and why I say it's like one of the greatest albums of all time, it's just that the sound is called the sound, and a lot of people don't even understand the depth of that, even on a level of just the quality of
Tea it,
production.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How the thing was mixed, the arrangements of the music,
Right.
you know what I mean? Compounded with the lyrics and the melodies, the whole album, right? To me, was just like I have yet to see that there are certain great albums that have been produced, and I'm waiting. That is one of
Yes.
those great
Great
albums that I don't think will ever fade. You know what I'm
Truly.
saying?
True that. True that.
Yeah, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. Take a quick break. We'll get our thoughts together, and we're just going to take it from there.
Streaming live from the VI.com. It's your Perspective Talk Show. 340-201-9005.
That's
Hit
it
us
right
up.
there. We'll be right back.
Smoking in the herbs man town. They just can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the herbs man town. They just can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, me touch the scene, the place full up. Sure. Cut your load and boom tune and get pull up. High grade and cocaine, enough is to up. Bust pipe, drop the bomb and it goes sound in a Europe. Me and my hydrant tipping. I sit and try to figure out the herb you get so pretty and stick it till me whitey. Then we fight the ganja later on and beg pity. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the herbs man town. Then that's can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the herbs man town. Then that's can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Any day, me ready fi go march. When me like that ganja split for bigger than touch. Front line a burn it all when some boy a part. More than 1 million people cigarette don't kill up. Check the marijuana in my head at all times. Ganja stop the people them from commit all crime. See me with a ton load and it is all mine. Babylon fi stop corrupt the youths them mind. No cigarette smoking in the herbs man town. Then that's can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the herbs man town. Then that's can't cook down in the herbs man town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, clear the way you let me bust through the passage. Some boy you fight smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the I create alone. I just the I top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the I create alone. I just the I top on the trees down. Whoa, the herbs are bun. When you see me, give me some. About a ton. No boy can't give me gun. You think he done when the rasta blaze the chillum. Higher ground, me put ganja over rum.
But bubbling, we juggling. When you see the rasta doing thing, no bother troubling. A bun high grade, no say that the medicine. Don't give me cigarette or poison.
No cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, in a Herbsman town. This a ganja man town. Have mercy. Love and pressure must fight. I agree. Ja, Rastafari. Ganja man town.
Yeah, man, a Herbsman tongue, you know.
This is a Herbsman town. Anyway, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, me touch the scene, this place full up. Chub, cut your load and boom tune and get pull up. High grade and cocaine, enough is to up. Bus pipe, drop the bomb and it goes sound in a Europe. Me and my eye drink tippy. I sit and try to figure out the herb you get so pretty and stick it till me whitey. Then I fight the ganja later on a beg pity. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Any day, me ready fi go march. When me like that ganja split for bigger than touch. Front line a burn it all when some boy a part. More than 1 million people cigarette don't kill off. Check the marijuana in my head at all times. Ganja stop the people them from commit all crime. See me with a ton load and it is all mine. Babylon fi stop corrupt the youths them mind. No cigarette smoking in the Herbsman town. They just can't cook down in the Herbsman town. I just the high grade alone. I just the high top on the trees down. Whoa, no cigarette.
All right, we are back.
Reverb.
Gotta turn this
That
down.
sounded good.
There. Yeah, we can't have that sounding like that. I'll have this place in a rumble. That's why we got the headphones on. You can hear it just as good in the headphones. I like mine real loud. You guys are like on 1 on the volume here. I'm like on 7.
We know. We know.
I like it loud. Feel that bass rocking in your head. Yeah, man, we're back tonight. Our guest is Alexis George. There he is right
Big
there.
up Alexis.
Yeah, he just been blessing us with some of his thoughts. Knowledge, wisdom. Anything else that you want to like talk about that maybe we forgot in conversation?
No, not really. I just enjoying the vibes, man. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, I feel so blessed to just be in this studio tonight because the vibes is really lovely.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say the wonderful
Thank
Miss
you.
Vanessa, right? I know Vanessa for a while, but I have never had an opportunity to reason with Vanessa.
Okay.
right? And we have always been good, to one another until, man, I had an opportunity to really like reason with the sister.
Yeah, early
And
in the year, it was good.
I must say, the sister is deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to continue the conversation, right?
Yeah, I respect the way she thinks.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, you're a light. I
Thank
gotta,
you.
I gotta give you that.
We
Well,
were,
fire sign, we carry the light.
we were just saying last night as we were wrapping up last night, man. Vanessa will be here tomorrow night, and she just breathes excitement into the show.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys.
No, Vanessa is a light.
For sure.
I gotta give. I gotta give you that. And I watch her and I listen to her talk, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Listen to the sister, the prophetess.
Yes.
How you say prophetess? How you say
Prophetess is
prophetess?
fine, I guess.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Because
she is a prophet.
And still
She
growing.
has,
Still growing.
I got big up, man. I got really big up because your reasoning is heavy. So I just wanted to bring that
Thank
forward.
you.
And David, I mean, we meet each other up in Connect Space.
Yes. Yes. My thing is technology.
Technology.
Yes. Yeah, that's my thing, man.
Yeah.
This is not
Well,
really
we
like.
can see it. Look at this room.
Yeah, this is why we call it the high tech, low tech studio. It is high tech and it's
I'm
low
just
tech, but it does work.
Yeah,
It does work for
yeah,
sure. So
And my brother, we never really had interaction, but we met once, and
Yes, sir.
the time we met, our vibe was firm.
Was firm, exactly.
And look, your paths,
Just
meet again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
And up full vibes again,
Yeah.
So it's good.
definitely.
So-
So I want to encourage this.
Yes. Give thanks. Enough thanks.
I want to encourage this, and too, at some point in time, to be able to kind of push a merchandise so that y'all could push it, so that your fans can start to get that too. So I just want to kind of let y'all know that support,
yeah,
whatever that may be, you know what I'm saying.
we,
that
we, we've
I
we've
would
had a
be more
couple
than
exclusives already on this show.
happy. Right.
I mean,
You know.
yeah, we had author Gary James. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yes,
He debuted his was it Black Politics 2.0, his new
Yes.
book.
Oh, yeah, last week.
Yeah,
that
a couple
was
weeks
good.
back. Yeah, he was on here, and then Ayada Sounds.
I had
last-
sounds,
just
with the Midnight
the new
Stand the
mi-
Test album.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
dropped that
That
on the
was
show
good.
first time,
Wow.
exclusive. So man, we're just trying to do something here. We want to thank you for coming out.
And push it, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's-
everybody push it. Like I say, I haven't been on social media for a while, but once I gonna go back on,
Yeah,
and I am going to,
yeah.
you know what I mean. push it
I
so
use
that-
Facebook heavily to push the show. We haven't
Right.
even really advertised in the paper yet.
Right.
And I'm almost sure that's going to lift us up even more.
Right.
And
right.
just what we're trying to do here and all this other stuff. So, but it's reaching out. It's
Yeah.
reaching out. It's definitely reaching out.
How long you say? April.
April, yeah.
to know.
This is a seed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
April
just
to know.
nurture it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Because it's gonna
Yes,
grow
sir.
into a massive tree.
Yeah,
If-
that's
if-
the
if
intent,
you
man.
That's
stay
the
the
intent.
course.
That's the intent,
If you stay the course, it will be successful.
We got a plan, man.
Yeah.
we got a spiritual plan, a technology plan, and
definitely.
just a day-to-day plan. How this all
And
is
you're
going.
acting on it.
Right.
Yes,
That's the
That's the key to it.
yeah.
that's
the
it,
key to
man.
it,
This is
you know?
this is what I think about 99% of the time, because
Yeah.
I see the value in doing this right and where it could take us.
Right.
So I want to work hard at it. It's long days and all this other stuff. After I'm gonna have this video. This is gonna probably be up to 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock getting this ready, because I promise everybody that comes on the show that their show video will be up on YouTube the next day.
Okay. Right.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so now you gotta go from work to work.
Yes, exactly.
And that is good
don't
too.
stop.
Big up,
because
big up,
that
big
this
up.
is why I'm promoting the fact of
It don't
having
stop.
virtual
It don't
assistants,
stop. It
because
don't stop.
when you have that, all you gotta do is your virtual assistant wouldn't have to even be in the studio.
That's right.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They could have been monitoring this thing, and as soon as this done, you done work, the virtual assistant go
Just
to work
takes over and
just
does.
put it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is why I'm trying to tell people, part of this whole process too is the workforce development part,
Yes.
building the skills, because before we go, I got to touch on the fact that people have been robbed in terms of not being given the level of
The music. It's the music.
It's the
It's the music. Yeah. We both like
Yeah. not being able to give it, not being able to be given the right types of skills, that they have been robbed of that because the educational system is not developing the people's capacity, and I'm looking at that across the Virgin Islands
Okay.
as a serious thing, because you have some people that have some skills, but what are the new skills people are really obtaining at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when you look at a lot of the young people who have a natural affinity to technology, they've been short-handed too. So part of being able to manifest this, and so that you can have we need to begin to do the process of training
Yeah.
people who decide, I want to be a virtual assistant and I gonna do it on my own term. We need to be able to train them on the technology
Yes.
to make that manifest.
Yes. I could teach that.
Yeah.
I could definitely teach that.
Yeah, man.
Sure, man. And how to set up a small studio like this, I
Right.
can teach that too.
Oh man. So then I could tap you for a source then. Yeah.
Of course, man.
Because we
Do
have to do that.
workshops
That's
and
exactly
things.
what.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Go on, David. Look at you. See that?
No,
You see
Yeah.
that?
no, because that's the intention of even why I came here, because I work for Connect Space.
Yes.
Them guys, they did something that I would say up to this point I'm so grateful, because they shift my mind, right? I don't know if they knew what they did,
Right.
but they planted a seed, right? And from the time they planted that seed, it's all that I think about.
Yeah.
You,
Yes,
you
sir.
understand what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
It's
Yes, sir.
all that I think about in terms of now, like, you know what I mean? How do I continue on this
And
path?
build on this.
And exactly that skill set, and the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, why not? Control technology in the Virgin
Yeah,
Islands.
yeah.
Why we can't? Why not? Yeah, they have the backbone, but once we get a core group of people working behind on the back end
Yes.
side of things, even though they have the physical network, you can have people working on the back end side,
Yeah.
software side, you know what I'm saying, to really dominate, because the hardware needs the software, and
Yes.
Yes.
you know what I mean. And that's why, like, coding, like, we really need to push young people, more young people, into coding.
Coding. Okay. So what exactly, when you say coding, what do you mean? Like,
Well, for me, I would say right now at this juncture, it would have to be focusing on, HTML coding, PHP
Okay.
coding, MySQL,
okay.
JavaScript.
Yes.
Because that's where the need is going to be
Yes.
right now.
Yes. And all websites use that technology to function.
Exactly. And the fact that you're creating, you can write entire programs in those language for the internet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So there's so much that could be done. So if you really create a team of programmers, of young people, you can literally create anything. We could have our own store. Not store, but a super. You just think about it. An entire school.
Yes.
Just think about that. A school online where kids getting up. You know what I mean? Vanessa is a teacher and she's teaching 50 kids. That's paying her like $30
Yeah.
a week or a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
You think about it, 50 kids by 30, that's $1,500, and she probably teaching them for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A day. You know what I'm saying? But these kids are not coming to her. They're just going in front of their computer and just logging on, and there's this, teleconference thing that
Going on.
This is what I'm trying to say is like,
How can we make that real? Like,
that's
Yeah.
the focus.
Yeah.
do
That's
that. I could do
that's
that.
the focus. Yeah, that is the focus.
Yeah.
And when we really talk about this thing, is like, yeah, with whatever limitations we have, we can still do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can still do it. It may
Give
not
us
be-
the bandwidth.
Well,
Give us the bandwidth.
the thing is, the bandwidth is there. I'm gonna tell you guys that the bandwidth is there, right? Is the service providers, right? That is the issue, because we know for a fact, right, that you have one of the biggest trunk lines coming out of St. Croix, right? And that trunk line is going to be lit, right? That's projected to be there for at least, I think, another 25 to 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
Right?
The part of that, there's this whole broadband initiative thing, I guess.
Right. So it's we know it's going to be there for about another 25 years. I don't know how long the contract was set for them to be there. You know what I'm saying? But we got enough time, right? If we really think about it, you know, before them, because they say the life on a fiber is something like 50 years, or something like that. So these fibers are practically new.
They're new.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got enough time that if we definitely wanted to go down the road towards doing something, we can. The problem is now, and what a lot of people don't recognize, is this VINGN thing is really an attempt for government control and you know what I mean, to kind of control
the ISPs that are sort of hooked up to it,
so that they could fall directly on the government, under the watchful eye. The thing is that before that door gets slammed shut, right, is being able to go to, you know, one of these ISP providers and say, hey, we want to purchase bandwidth, because we can do that. If we had the money right now, we could have go down and say, listen, I want 10 gigs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how we would start our own ISP, essentially.
Give me 10 gigs a month, and you just move that signal and just blanket the whole island with it.
Yeah, that's how you would start your ISP. We could have the It's Your Perspective ISP, right? Internet access,
exactly,
to the public.
To the public.
Yeah,
you know. And the thing about it is that here's the kicker, right? Even though it may cost you, the ISP provider, if you give that signal for free, people don't even get it. Like, ISP providers don't even get it. Like, right now, that's what Google is actually intending to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Give the free internet, yeah.
Is to push the free internet. You know what I'm saying? So people don't, you know, but all of that is another conversation. You know what I mean? It's a totally different conversation.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people probably aren't heavily involved in it, but the technology plays a heavy hand in what's going on now.
Oh yeah.
You know, Big Brother's watching. Don't think he isn't. If you're at work in a corporate network, Big Brother's watching you.
He's right there.
He's watching you.
know?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard too that Home Depot was hacked. I saw that on Facebook.
Oh no.
Yeah, just last week I think they said that they got some credit card numbers and that stuff. You check your accounts.
Right.
And then today,
Home Depot here?
well, they said
period.
They said
Home
Home
Depot.
They
Yeah,
said Home
Home
Depot.
Okay. Okay.
We need to send a camera in there and ask one of the managers. You know,
Right.
get this. We need to.
Well, the thing
we
is,
need to know.
The thing is that, you know, you have people out there, man, that I don't care how much security protocols you put in place, right? It's always in the programming language.
Yeah.
And once a person can take a peek at your programming language, they can break.
They can. Yeah.
They can break it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what backdoors is about.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing late today too was that Google. I saw an email. I read an email today about all the Google accounts like Gmail and all that.
Right.
They were hacked too.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
That's what
Let
I'm
me
saying.
check my account
Even
then.
Yeah,
though
you gotta change your password.
Yeah. Even though Google and, you know, they're all big, man, they're gonna be somebody that know how to get behind them.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I think a lot of that hacking stuff, a lot more is happening. Either a lot more of it is happening, or they're telling us more about when it happens.
Right.
It seems like every day now, some major company has been hacked.
Right.
Target and Home Depot, and you know, it's like, you know, it's like something's getting ready to happen. And it seems like they're having this easy access to our financial systems.
Right.
You know, someone is smart enough to do these things. You know.
Well, again, like I said, it's all programming.
Yeah.
And once you understand chord and you can see the source chord of a particular thing, you know what I'm saying, and you could find gaps, that's it.
Yeah.
The thing is, my brother, is, you know, it's the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be in the internet, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be exposed. And so even with that, we want to even encourage people that when you're out there thinking about going into the realm of the internet, that there's some fail-safe things that you need to be able to do too, because
Okay.
sometimes there are things like you may be roaming and you may hit a Wi-Fi network that may not necessarily be a legitimate Wi-Fi network, and they could snoop and suck all your information from your device. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that once you recognize that this is going to be the new reality of situation, is that they're going to always be fighting hackers, and they're going to always be going. It's always going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is once you recognize that there's some things that you can do to safeguard yourself, then
I think what helps too to safeguard you too is to get use Macs. I find that Macs are much better
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
than Windows computers, man. Just much more stable.
I mean, most of the time when somebody hacked, they were using a Mac.
And the thing too, as I say that, I prefer Macs over Windows machines. You know, it's a thing too of, you know, literally I can put, you know, my Mac and my Windows machine here
Oh
side
my
by
God,
side,
you
and
see the new watch?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
launch, yeah.
the you press start and the Mac boots up just within seconds.
Seconds.
Windows
Yeah.
is still chuggling and chuggling. I'm like,
Loading,
man,
and then with this window, that screen.
I'm like, man. So Macs are better. That's one of the
Yeah.
questions that we have on our question of the day is, you know, what do you think? It's part of my technology segment because I'm
Right.
doing a segment too on technology.
Nice.
And one of the questions is, you know, do you prefer Windows or Mac?
Right.
And so Mac for me, man, definitely.
I wait.
Yeah.
They're both machines, and my approach is use them all. Whatever you got, use
Yeah,
it.
use
You
them
know what
all.
I mean?
Yeah.
The thing
Yes.
is just don't be ignorant. You know what I'm
About
saying?
being connected to the internet.
Right. No, well, just be ignorant about technology and its capabilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the fact is that it's a two-way thing. The same way you can be accessing information to get what you want, somebody could be accessing information from you too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's the exchange. That's the knowledge economy. That's really
Yeah.
what it is about. You know what I mean? So when we recognize that, then you know there's certain precautions you just have to start thinking about. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a security expert, but I'm schooling myself to say, hey, you know,
Yeah, and the other thing too, real quick, is that when it comes to hackers writing, you know, destructive code, they're writing most of their code to attack Windows machines because
Right.
there's much more Windows machines on the entire internet as
Right.
opposed to Macs.
Yeah.
Like I have these two Macs. I don't have any antivirus software on them.
Right.
But my Windows machine here has got every bells and
Everything.
whistles to protect it because I know it's a much more open.
right.
Even though it's secure in a sense, but it's still open
That's
in
true.
a sense. But the Macs, they don't have any antivirus on it, and they run good and they're just much faster.
Right.
Great. Yeah.
You know, so
Well, that's the situation, son. I know I'm watching the time now. It's coming up on 10:30, so.
yeah,
I
just
don't know.
tell us who you are, man. We, you know, and just real quick, just put it all together, and we definitely want to have you come back. Vanessa.
Definitely, I am always open to come back. You know what I mean? I'm definitely about that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Again, I'm Alexis. You know, I've been on St. Croix now going on 16, 17 years since I moved back to the island.
Welcome.
Yeah. And you know, my entire adult life has been really dedicated to community. You know, I'm that social activist, brother.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And focus on always trying to, you know, better my community. And so right now the community needs to move into a different direction, and we recognize now that the primary objective at the moment is to assist people in getting some economic stability. You know what I mean? So we recognize that has to happen, and so what we need to be focusing on now, and what this is what I'm intending to do, is to really now be the catalyst to get as many people
Yeah,
moving in that direction as possible.
Yeah, he's the leader of
I don't
this
want to call
initiative.
myself the leader.
He's
I
the
call
leader.
myself the catalyst.
The catalyst. Okay.
Yeah, not the leader. You know, we all are leaders, you know. And in fact, they say, you know, the new term of a leader, they say that leaders should always eat last.
That's right.
Well, I hungry. So I'm trying
That's
trying
right.
to eat last.
Yeah.
Vanessa, any last words, real quick? I know you want to hail up
Yeah, I'll just pick up the event again. You know what I'm saying? September 19th, Legacy Lounge, formerly known as Club 54. You want to be there because Pressure will be performing live with the Zionite Kings band. Of course, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have Ninja P dubbing, not dubbing, but juggling songs. We're going to have Daddy Babsy juggling songs. Just
Yeah,
so much.
that's gonna be the red carpet affair on St. Croix, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you know what? It's Tippy's birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday, Earth Strong.
Big up.
Yeah,
Soup,
yeah,
we gonna go
yeah,
down there,
yeah.
man.
So,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
We
man.
gonna go down
And
there
if you
for
guys
sure.
want to set up, I mean, I know, I was work. I was giving them my work, you know. But I mean, really and truly, if you want to set up and come out,
Bandwidth.
Soup,
I got you a spot.
I'm ready to do it, man.
Bandwidth.
Oh,
Oh, make sure
and
you get
listen.
bandwidth.
Yeah, if we could get that. But listen, and another, this is an exclusive, right? Well, a semi-exclusive, a stay-tuned exclusive.
Okay. Rocket.
The VI premiere of the Escape to St. Croix documentary is coming soon. You understand me? Trust me, you want to be there. As well as the world premiere of Pressure Stand Firm video. You understand me? It's going to be a cultural event. We have storytelling. We have African dancers, African drummers. We're going to have one of the bands from one of our high schools out there performing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I grade dub. So many
Just the whole-
artists that's on the documentary would be out there. You know what I'm saying? Some will be performing. You definitely want to be there. Clienta will be selling food. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for location and date. But it's coming up
It's coming
very,
soon.
very, very soon. And then Soup
Yes.
have his event October 4th.
Yes.
A beach cleanup.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I see.
Down in Mali
Soup, I
Market,
come in there.
from Mali Market to the Methodist Church before you get to Dawes Beach.
Yeah.
Saturday morning 9 to 12. Anybody willing and able, come out, give us a hand. You know, we have
Water provided, gloves provided.
the bags,
Yeah.
we're gonna give out probably t-shirt to the first 10 people who bring back a full bag of trash.
Big up, big
You know
up,
what I
big
mean?
up.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of going on.
Soup, let me ask a question with that before we go. Like, how you guys getting rid of the trash? You all having trucks and stuff like that there? Or,
no,
or
matter of fact, no. We are just saying that we are just but we're still working on that part. We're still working on
No,
that
I
part.
just letting you know that if you just stay in touch with that man, you know I got a truck, so I'm just kind of
Definitely, okay, definitely, all right,
That's
for
why
sure.
I'm asking that question.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure, okay.
It's really good
definitely
too.
would
Yes.
jump
Networking.
behind-
That work,
would
definitely.
definitely jump behind
Definitely.
that with the eye.
All
Big
right.
up Alexis for being a part
Yeah,
of the
man, for
movement.
sure, for sure.
You know what I'm
Enough thanks
saying?
for that.
And I wanted to say real quick too, you know, all the stuff, the video that we took at the shoot, I still haven't even done anything with that yet. So that's gonna be like, whoa! I look at it all the time here.
Don't worry, I'll make sure that I give you like a heads up so you can know like which week we need to have them ready.
Yeah,
for.
yeah, that's still untouched. I gotta like hook that all up. I gotta do the high tech, low tech magic tree on my
That,
editing
yes,
skills to make that
Yes.
look. But I got all that stuff here.
Yes.
We won't
Untouched.
listen. I'll have to
Untouched.
stay tuned to It's Your Perspective talk show, you know, because they have such exclusive footage, images,
Oh,
I
my
mean, all
goodness,
kinds
man.
of stuff
Yes,
from the
right.
Stand Firm video.
Oh, yeah,
You
man.
understand me? So the build up to this is real. You understand
That's
me?
right.
Like
Yes, the behind the scenes.
behind the scenes,
behind
the
the
scenes. It
Behind the
was so
scenes.
good.
That's good.
They did a great job.
Oh,
Thank you
man.
for coming out, man.
Yes,
Sure,
sir.
thank
Y'all,
you, man.
y'all
Thank
have
you for
been showing
having
so
us.
much strength.
You know,
So
thank you for
I
having us.
grade and everything that we've been
Yes,
doing, you know. So
sir.
thank
man.
you.
Blessing, man.
Bless I grade, you know,
Tippy, the whole nine,
the whole
yards,
crew.
And you know what? You could
Bulldogs.
give
you know.
thanks when you come out and celebrate September 19th.
And you know the other thing too is that that pressure video I got too at the second dub, the mini dub after that night
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
I still got that too. That I haven't even touched that either.
We gonna have so much. Listen, I ain't gonna. We gonna have so much
This video is
fun.
like
Yes, sir.
unbelievable, man.
We showing Ayo the simplicity of life, true music,
Yes.
life powered by rhythm.
Big ups to
Yes.
pressure, man.
Right,
Setting the
right,
tone, man. Setting the tone for sure, man.
Yep.
On that note, man, I want to thank everybody, Alexis, George, Vanessa, Thank you. Tomorrow we got another guest. We got to make that confirmation call tomorrow. But we do have a guest on the schedule. We'll let you know about that tomorrow.
Thank you for our audience, you know,
Yeah,
and
viewers.
for the mistake caller.
Yeah, and then big ups to Julie.
Big up, Julie. See you
we're looking
next
forward to
week.
seeing you next week.
Yep.
Ready to do your thing. Sharice King, big ups to her too.
Big up Sharice. You know,
out
she
there.
doing it. She doing it.
She's getting ready. She's dropping a video with Russ Attitude here. I think. I think
yes,
it's today.
saw
I
the
believe.
preview.
Yeah, I think it's today.
Okay.
Yeah. So big ups to her and Russ Attitude, man. He's back according to what.
Attitude been doing so much.
Yes.
Oh my God, Attitude have a song with Abja, right? That there is fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Ayaden, oh my God, they just dropped a midnight song today.
Today,
Yeah.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Within,
yes.
like-
and that midnight song is
tough.
is hot.
Yeah.
Smoking.
It's really good. It's
Produced
really
by Ayaden Sound.
Ayaden Songs.
Sounds.
Yep. So check out no, it's on Rebernation right now.
Oh,
I said
okay.
check them out on SoundCloud. I'm not sure if they're on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
but
they are. That's where I saw
Rebernation.
it. That's where I heard that on SoundCloud.
Oh, the new song
Yeah.
Okay.
For midnight.
from today. Yeah. They
Yeah.
just dropped it today. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. We
So
were listening to that
Ayaden,
earlier.
Big you up, big you up.
Wonderful work. This is
Yes.
what we're talking about. This is why we need to be really telling people that this is possible, because look at just that. Just
The sharing.
production, just
The
that
sharing.
production,
Yes.
you know, and this is now going out there.
Yeah.
It's going
Yeah.
out
Going
there. You know,
We're all over the planet, man. On that note, man, I want to thank all our guests: Alexis,
Yes,
George,
George.
Vanessa,
Yeah.
Rasoop. And my final word is going to be my fame. I'm calling this for the end of the show here. One perfect love, and what that means is someone said, "Well, David, what does that mean?" I say that means our prayers and His blessings equals one perfect love.
Yes,
On
sir.
that note, we're out. We'll see you. We'll be back
Good
again
night.
tomorrow at 8 p.m. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show.
Bless.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Two Facebook pages. It's Your Perspective Talk Show, streaming live from the VI.com. We're on Twitter, VI Perspective. Our telephone number is 340-201-9005. Text us or call us. This is the high-tech, low-tech studio coming to you from an undisclosed location here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio, no TV, internet only. We out.
Peace.
Out.